Manage to Win podcast. My name is David Russell. Today's episode is sponsored by Dave's Charm School. You keep hiring people and you expect them to have great soft skills from the get-go. But soft skills have to be trained. They're not trained anywhere except by parents, and a lot of parents are not as engaged as they used to be. So check it out. You can have 30 days free to take the courses with your team, have them take exams that show that they learned something, really gain something, really build their ability to work together and work more effectively with others. Dave'sCharmSchool.com, that's how you get there, or you can go to ManageToWin.com and click on Charm School. So would love to help you with those tools. Check it out, 30 days free, can't lose. Today we're talking about the win process. What's important now, it ties into the MAP agenda and having sanctuary time, which we've talked to in our two former podcasts. Let's dive in. Today I want to talk about a weekly win or a daily win. So WIN stands for what's important now. And this is a self-accountability check-in you need to do every day and you need to do every week. Now, this is a process that I've been doing for decades. However, I use the acronym WIN. I got it from Joe Cram over at Solid Networks in Modesto, California. Great guy, great company. And he had this concept as I described it to him. He goes, oh yeah, that's my WIN. What's important now? That's what it stands for. So we went with that acronym, really like it. And basically what it is every week when you do that sanctuary time, you go through your MAP agenda and you confirm what's important now. Now that's going to be one thing, maybe two, maybe three, never more than three, because this win list is not a to-do list that lives forever. It's something you've got to get done in the time frame you've set. So if you got one thing and it's pretty big, then just do one. Okay, it's better that you are consistent in achieving your win, and then you move to the next list, which is your prioritized to-do list. Start work through those tasks, those items. But really very effective as focusing on what's most important, so you can get the things done that when you get them done, other things are easier or they're unnecessary. You may remember that from the one thing from Gary Keller. Now you also do a daily check-in, a shorter win, that's going to be, okay, how am I doing? Remember I said you do a daily sanctuary? Part of that's the win. How am I doing on my win? How am I doing now? And you need to do that to be effective and get the most important things done day in and day out, and also every week.
So what's the difference between a weekly win and someone's goals?
Well, so the win is the step-by-step on how you achieve the goal, unless you're in that last leg of going from point A to point B, and so you're going to achieve it. But the win is a piece of the puzzle, and so you're going to make progress when it's a major goal or a major target. Sometimes it's a big task, and you may nail it in a week. That's fine. But other times it's going to be a piece of the puzzle. Does that make sense?
Yeah, if I'm hearing you correctly, so a weekly win is not, not necessarily a goal. It's the tasks you would complete on your way to achieving a goal.
That's right. And sometimes those goals that you have, like let's say I have a goal where I want to study to pass a certain certification test or test. And really it's only 10 or 20 hours of work. Maybe I'm going to get it done during the week. But a lot of times when you're talking about a goal, and I'm defining a goal as an annual goal, it's usually a lot more work than that. So either way, it can be a goal or a task if it's shorter. But if it's an annual goal, a larger one, it's going to be a step towards it.
Okay. So you could take your broken down goals that are, broken down into milestones and tasks and put some of those tasks into your weekly win each week.
Yeah, I don't know whether I use the term broken down. So, I have broken down goals. It makes it sound like a negative. So I'm more comfortable with the thing of separating my goals into tasks or steps, and that's great. We're saying the same thing. I'm just being OCD about your verbiage. But yeah, exactly. That's what you're doing.
And what do you say to people that don't want to do that? What if you have someone who doesn't want to write down their tasks every week, or they're already thinking about it, or they feel like they have it stored in their head all the time? And, what's the point of writing it down?
That's a problem because it's okay if they do that and they're saying, I'm interested or I'm open to better ways to do this, because study after study would show that when you write them down and when you share them with other people, you get them done more consistently. And the more successful you are, the more stuff you have thrown at you. And it's very, very few people. I'm talking, my guess would be 0.1% of people that can actually keep track of everything in their head. I mean, that's almost like an autistic trait where you would be able to methodically shoot through things. Extremely rare. Otherwise, you have to forget things. It's just human nature. We don't have a computer for a brain, although it has computing tendencies or similarities. So you've really got to map it and then follow the map.
And is this a team effort? You mentioned in there sharing your weekly win with other people or your goals with other people. Is this something that people should be sharing in teams and collaborating on and or posting on the side of their cubicle wall?
Definitely, definitely. Recent studies have shown over and over again that when you share it with a team, there's shared accountability. There's more pressure on yourself to deliver. You may not want to look bad to the team. You may not want to let them down. But sharing with a team is an important component. Now, you may have a particular goal that's a bad habit you're trying to get rid of. It's debt you're trying to pay off. It's that I want to make $1 million. And if you let everybody know you want to make $1 million, they'd be offended by that. You may have some that you retain that are yours and they're confidential. And maybe you just share them with your spouse or special other or a select group of friends. But in general, at work, the team is going to be more effective and you're going to be more effective when everybody's aware of what each other's priorities on. As a matter of fact, that's another podcast we could do, is what is a daily huddle and why do you do it? And those daily huddles, basically when our clients are doing them, follow a map agenda. It's okay, you guys report in. You said you're going to do X yesterday. How'd you do? Where do you need help? What's your focus today? And that little moment of accountability and everybody being aware of what's going on within the team always is a positive thing, as long as they manage the time of the huddle and the huddles don't have too many people in them so they take too long. Huddles should typically be 10 to 15 minutes. It's a touch point, but it relates back to these wins. If you're saying, tomorrow I'm going to do this piece to take a step towards my win, the next day, having that team say, how'd you do on that? Or having you report in is a real positive thing for you. As long as you're with a positive team. If you're with a bunch of whackers, people who want to whack you when you do something wrong, that's going to be trouble. You're probably on the wrong team. But if you're with a good team, it's a healthy thing.
So how does that tie into leadership? It sounds like it's really important or it can be a great tool for leaders to use with their teams.
Yeah, well, I think it's a leadership attribute that we want in everyone on the team. The people who are actually doing the managing and leading of the teams, it's very, very important that you're a role model for this, because you get so much stuff thrown at you. The win is about choosing what's the most important. When I do this, to say Gary Keller's words again, everything else gets easier or unnecessary. So what's truly most important? What do I absolutely have to get done this week? I'm going to have a lot of other tasks. I'm going to have a lot of other meetings. But what do I absolutely have to get done this week? So I'm going to feel good that I made progress towards my most important objectives for this year and the things that I really had to get done. That's crucial. Otherwise, you get caught up in firefighting and the important stuff gets pushed back until Thursday, Friday, or the weekend. And that's unhealthy. It's not good. It's not good for you, not good for your team, not good for your clients.
Sounds good.
Yeah, one other thing I'd say is when I describe this process, I get the Joe Cram thing a lot of times where he says, oh yeah, I already do that. Okay. They may call it something else. They may not have a name for it, but successful people typically are holding themselves accountable to making the progress they want to achieve. So a part of their discipline often is setting the primary goals, the things that they want to achieve for the week, and then coming back on a daily basis and doing a 1 or 2 minute little check-in. How am I doing? Did I get the stuff done? How did I do on my schedule yesterday? Where do I need to catch up? What do I need to get done? So the key here is making certain that the win has you focused on what's most important. It has a strategic impact versus task work that we all have to do that is more tactical. And it's often things that can be delegated to others with some training and with some accountability. But the win needs to be strategic for a leader. When I do this, the whole organization moves forward. And that's important.
Sounds good.
Okay, we good?
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks, folks, for being with us. Appreciate it. Thanks, Jeff.